give like let's say 5 minutes. We'll start in the next 5 minutes. Let's give room for more people to join. Afterwards, we'll kick off. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Thank you for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Sorry for that. So today we have a wonderful topic and a wonderful teacher that will be taking us through that topic. And as a Java developer, not even as a Java developer, as a backend developer that is pivoting to, let's say, a very higher ops, you want to definitely know how your code is being deployed. You don't just want to be stuck at that code level. You want to be able to, you want to think infrastructure, you get. And one of the first leap is for you to, okay, how do I get my code from where it is to that particular place where it will actually be used? You get. So this is one of the very important concepts. Some of the places we'll go to might not actually get this knowledge there, and I think when I even tried to like get to know this somehow, it was quite difficult. Again, but this is just going to be giving us a brief insight as to how these things have been done, how we make our application portable, not just run jar on the. Because I've seen some legacy code there, they are running jar. You get, instead of them to be thinking of pipeline, CI/CD, get Dockerizing and other stuff. So today is a very interesting topic, and it's something that is worth jumping into and looking at, like getting even more depth knowledge. So I'll be leaving the floor now for Mr. Moshood Adageje. Let's react to our favorite emoji as he takes the floor. Hope you guys can hear me because I've been talking and I'm not seeing reactions. Okay. Thank you. You're all welcome. So, Mr. Adageje, you have the floor.
Thank you, Sasoro. I'm very well. Please confirm can so please I'm not doing it. So can you hear me?
Sorry, we can't hear you, Mr. Moshood. Okay. So is your audio having issues? Okay, I think he's having a bad network. He'll join soon.
What about now?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, can you share your screen?
Yes, I will. Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so can you see my screen? So can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, Mr. Moshood.
Thank you very much. So good everybody, my name is Moshood. So I'll be talking about creating project process in Docker. All right. So let's take a look at this confused man definition of Docker. The product is the same Docker as application, and we need to Dockerize the application. Wow, what a confusing definition. But seriously, what is Docker? Docker just the software. They enable us to write application runs and can run it anywhere. So what do you mean by write runs when before you start, let me do this conversation. When you see a young lady and a young man, you have to judge about something. The young woman is me, right now, the young woman is someone. The idea about the food. Mary can cook, let Samuel can cook. So Mary gave Samuel the recipe to follow. But Samuel tried to follow the recipe. But Samuel couldn't even get it. So it is entirely agreement. So you can see like in this photo, there is a debate king is trying to settle the matter. So it does mean that maybe since we can cook and someone can cook, why not just cook the food, refrigerate it, and teach it to a logistic company directly preserve the food. So I mean when someone needs the food, all someone needs to do is just to create the food and put the food and run it and eat it. So as you can see now, Samuel and Mary they are now playing no more fights. So how does this relate to us as programmers? Now programmers every day we write code. For me, most of the time I write Java codes. And we know that Java codes there are plenty dependencies, different versions of Java from 21 to 22. Like dependencies are straightforward, they are balanced, they are using different versions. So I decide to send all my code to another person, all my recipe, and we try to run it on their own system. It might break. So what Docker does, just give me a way to package everything together. I'll send it together. So I don't any problem needs to just extract the package stuff and use it. So this is the mapping of things. The kitchen, for example, where you make your food, while your utensils, where you take what you to cook, there are dependencies. Then we have some idiots do that, and we have been efficiency programmer. If you're using company, I decide you're making the food, and you're not getting it, then that is Docker. So as you say in scenario, Docker is a software application that gives individuals that nutrition the ability to eat. You can liken it to a restaurant, like a restaurant for software. You just go there, you say, me, I can't cook, but I use social software that I want on my system without being issue. Then you get it. So formally, you do the software that allows us to run applications without knowing about underlying dependencies. So you can see from this video now, Docker makes use of images and containers. So since we have Java developers, an image goes like a class, just static, just one. While a container goes like a running inside of that class. You can have only have one class, you can have multiple objects, same as Docker, everything is the multiple instances of that image. So we do the practical session now. So I said, the way I did it. So we get it.
Yes, we are with you, sir. We are with you.
Okay. Here I have a simple Java application where I'm using. Yeah. So I also have my Docker file here. Docker file is just a command, just a file, and write to Docker. That help me every package and everything together. So before we start, let's explore Docker Hub. So this is Docker. Everything you need, and you can find it here. This is the marketplace for images. Whether you need the entire or you need anything or your SQL image, the database image. So any image that has a green badge is a data official image. And while the blue size image. Alright, so the badge of it. So this is a Docker file. Docker file is where you give you Docker the command on how to containerize your application. So the from Eclipse to main, this just like a base layer. The base layer that Java installed already. Java 1.1 already. Like a base layer. So from that layer, from that piece, create a folder, get directly out. So you go to create app for us. Then you go to copy. I'm coming to this show you. As you can see now, from this target in our system, there is a JAR file. So we have to copy this JAR file into the folder that I created, into the new folder I created, which is going to Adageje. Then from there, go to enter it. Go to this command Adageje. But let's run it. Right. So, still application working perfectly in the system. So, please, I'm not giving.
Yes, you are. You are audible, sir.
Sir. So, it's confirmed working perfectly now in the system. Because the app, when you're only just going to go to the click and the click, let's get tested differentials. Okay, let's get take this image. I don't test it. Mistake fuck. Alright, so we're working perfectly. So, alright. If for us to build an image, all we just do is we just run Docker build but so satisfactorily build an image for us. If everybody will build the list of images we want, just receive a command Docker images. So they give the list of the Docker image I have on my system. Alright. So that is it. So here I have a server on my system and a Bluetooth server on my system. So from my terminal here, I'm going to SSH into it. SSH. I'm going to log in into my terminal. Okay. So I'm going to copy the address. Okay. So I give you my password. So as you can see now, I'm not in my new server. My new Ubuntu server. The first server now. When you see the Java installed. So, as you can see, there's no Java installed. The last Docker there. So in order to see what's time, I already downloaded the image from Docker up. So let's just see Docker images. So these are already using. Let's clarify it. So let's go to my just to run it. Docker run using an example. When you try to run it for 1992, raise the run to it. And the way those files this okay. So okay. So we can see now we have a code file running on a system that was made Java. How is it possible? I just want to without having a gas to cook. It's magic, right? When something is manual, then it's not magic, it's just in Docker. So Docker eliminates one stupid apps, even if we do have Java installed on our systems. So now let's get it one on our system. So let's check it. HTTP. So when I did about our Linux server, which is this in. So let me copy it again. And we shows codes 1990. From 1992, as the code shows. So and it means it. So we will do the same thing here. So it works. But you can see now you are running a speedrun without that still on Java. Okay. So test it then. So what do you have to be portable? For example, now we saw our application, this app is active. It is running on my machine. But what if another monitoring company says, okay, then they are maybe it took a lot of time. They prefer it, but maybe like 10 seconds. But then they won't let them be up plenty money. So their results are very fast. They don't maybe run like for like 4 seconds before it works, before it stops. So what you do, you just find them your Docker image. You don't have to set anything up. Everybody just will run it by themselves. And that's it. So let me send to your Docker. So as you can see now, this is my app. Everything I've ever pushed to it, all my images to use it. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Any questions? Yeah, I'm done. Mr. Boy, you can speak.
Hi. So please, I'm kind of struggling to hear you. I don't know if it's for your sound system. I'm struggling to understand what you're saying or doing.
All right. Okay, I think I'm going to do. So I think so means selecting. It's selecting. So if you just selecting,
It's still echoing. So I don't know, but you can look at the sound because the sound is kind of depriving us from actually getting the main thing you are talking about. For me, actually, I don't know for others.
Yeah, your Mr. Moshood, your sound is echoing though. I don't know.
Okay.
Is there a way you
Okay,
can
what of
fix
now?
it? Hmm?
I said, what of now? This left. Okay,
Okay,
let me
okay.
move outside.
It's clear now. It's clear now. It's clear now. It's clear now.
It's clear now. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So I start from the beginning, all right? Okay. So hope we all can see my screen.
Yep, we can.
Okay, all right. So let me start from the beginning again. So the next topic is creating portable applications with Docker. So here you see a confused man. He's giving us the definition of Docker. He said Docker is an application that used to Dockerize our application. That's such a confusing definition. But seriously, what is Docker? Docker is just a software that enables us to write application once and one anywhere. So what do you mean by write once, one anywhere? So let's look at these two people arguing. So we have Mary and we have Samuel here. Mary is an excellent chef, but Samuel can't cook. So Mary gave Samuel a recipe to follow, but Samuel tried to follow the recipe, but he couldn't cook what is meant to cook. So he cooked rubbish in essence. So as you can see now, there's a mediator trying to come between Samuel and Mary. So mediator is told Mary that since you are the excellent cook, why not just cook it and refrigerate it and then push it to a logistic company to help you store it until Samuel needs the food. And when Samuel needs the food, all Samuel needs to do is just to pull the food from the logistic company. So now you can see now, Samuel and Mary they're now laughing because after their problem seems to be solved. So what does this mean for us as programmers? As programmers, sometimes we write a lot of code that are different versions. Our Java might be different. Our dependencies version might be different. We might use Spring Web and that version and that version. So, and if you try to push the recipe, the whole code that another person, the version that person's system might be different from my own. So the person in essence will just do rubbish. Wow. So this is the times I'm happy. Kitchen. The kitchen there is where you work, your workplace, while your interests are your app and dependencies, while Samuel is the user, while Mary is the programmer, while the company that is in charge of holding that food that you are cooking until the other person is the Docker itself. So as you saw in the scenario, Docker is just a software application that gives individuals without a kitchen the ability to eat. It can be likened to a restaurant, but restaurant for software. That means, and me, I can code now. But another person is there, that person can't use Java. What I do is that I will do everything, make it into a container and push it to that person. And that person will just want to satisfy his own requirements. So you can see from Docker logo, Docker makes use of images and containers. Since you're Java developers, an image is likened to a class, while container is in one instance of that class. You can have one class, and you can have multiple instances of the class. So you can only have one image, and you can have multiple instances of that image. So now we move to the practical aspect. So here now we have a simple Spring application that will build with Spring Web. So we just running at it's already one where we start it. So here now I have a remote server, it's an Ubuntu server. So I'm coming down, I'll have to redo these steps again. I'm coming, please. So I have to SSH into my server. Let me copy the IP address. Enter my password. All right. So as you can see now, I'm now in my remote server. So let's see if there's a Java running on it. As you can see, there's no Java there. So we really have Docker there. Really have. There's only Docker running on it. All right. So in order to save our time, I've already put the image from it. So this is our image here. I've already put it from Docker up. So now so before we start, let me test something. As you can see, so this app is not existing before. So now let's run using Docker. Docker 1. And let's call it example 2. Docker example 2. And one of port 9092. I map it to 8080 and the name of our right. Now as you can see, we are running a Spring Grab on a system that does not have Java. Is it possible to cook without a pot? Is it possible to cook your food without the gas, without fire? No. is magic, but in software engineering, in our place, it's not magic, it's Docker. Docker is just the app that allows us to run application without having the tools for it. So let's refresh it now and see. It works now. Our system is working now. So before I also explored the Docker Hub. So this is the official place to get any images, and the only place you can get your AI image, your databases image, and anything, and run it on your system. And this is the key. The green part is the official image, while the blue is your verified publisher. And yeah. Yep, and I think I'm done.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Moshood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you ready for questions now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Mr. Bright, you can ask your question, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Moshood, and thank you for going back to take that again. Yeah, thank you very much for that. So I have a couple of questions, just to get the flow clear, and as I also believe for the benefit of others, right? So you kind of showed us midway how you actually run a container in your Ubuntu server, right? So I don't know, but I would like to ask, like, can you show us, or can you kind of explain, right? You don't really need to show it on code, how you were able to, the first step, how you were able to like install Docker into your server, or is it follow com? Is it, pre-built along with the server? So how you were able to get Docker into your server, then how you are able to, to connect it to your image repository, and, get put the image from the repository down to your server and be able to run it, so we can fully follow along, so we can be able, to reproduce it in our various practices, or you get, right?
All
Because
right.
just following, halfway here, we are lost. For me, actually, I don't know about others, right? For me, I'm lost. So how can I reproduce this on my own? Thanks.
All right, sir. No problem, sir. Okay, all right. To install, first question, to install Docker on your system. So for me now, I'm using Linux. All I do is just install Docker on Linux. Hope you all can see my screen. So I just,
Yep.
yeah, so I just open, no, not this one. I just follow the documentation, and yeah, I run all this code. I just follow the documentation. So that's how to install Docker on Linux. So I'm asked to pull. In order for you to pull, this is what I do. Let me close this one. So I go to Docker Hub. So this is Docker Hub. I go to my repository, I sign in. So this is my image name, mushpy/FYEO. So I click on it. Now I now look for the tag. As you can see, it's the tag. So this is the tag. And tag is just like a unique identifier. So I just look at the tag, and I note it. Version 1.0.2. So I go to my Ubuntu server, which I've logged in initially to. I just do Docker, because I want to collect it, Docker pull. So what's the name again? The name is mushpy/FYEO. Let me just copy it. Let's see. And paste it. And the tag name, I think it was version 1.0.2. Yes. So I just enter. So you start pulling it. But most of our time, that's why I didn't show it. It's going to take like a lot of time. Okay. But it's on my system already, so we just cached it. So this is it. So if I now want to run it, I want to see the list of images on my system. I just press Docker images. I don't want to go through all this because it's just like introductory, just to see how it works. So I only have 3 images now. If I want to run it, it's just a simple Docker run. I'll give it a name. I'll give the container a name. Maybe sample. Let's call it sample 2. The port I want it to run on my remote server, which is P star for port 9093 shift 8080, and the name of my image itself, which is moshpy -f4eo 31.0.2. So that's it. And our tag name is always after the semicolon. So that is our tag name. And if by accident you don't provide a tag name, it will default to latest. At least my SQL image now is the latest. So you just press enter. And then yeah.
Okay.
Is that explanatory enough, sir? Mr. Bright, I'm with you.
Yeah, thank you, Moshood.
Okay.
I think.
Yes, sir.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, bro. So I think that clears most of my doubts. So just a follow-up question, right?
Yes,
the part you pulled from Docker Hub. So I just want to ask.
Yes, sir.
Before you pulled, like when you are doing your initial setup, did you have to log into Docker Hub from the Ubuntu, like this Docker login, and you provide your credentials? Did you have to do that, or with your server you can just pull directly? Like, how was it able to authenticate that connection?
Okay, sir. In Docker, if I'm the one pulling, I don't have to sign in. I just pull. Well, assuming I was the one to push it, and then I have to sign in. But that's to know which repository is pushing to. But as a puller, as a consumer, you don't have to sign in. You just pull it. Just get what you want.
Okay, so for pulling you don't have to authenticate. Then for pushing you have to authenticate, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused, right? So what if I believe for the pooling that you don't need to authenticate, that means it's a public repository. So is it possible to have like a private repository? Sorry for the questions, right? I just want to clarify some things here. So is it possible to have like a private repository on Docker that nobody can pull? Because now let us say for pooling there is no authentication. That means anybody can pull anybody's image and use. So
yes. So now I'm operating a public repository. So but there is this private, and only you and your team members can have it.
Okay, so for the private one you need to authenticate, but for the public one you don't need to authenticate, right?
Yes. And in private one, if you search for it, you won't find it. You won't appear.
Okay, great. Yes. So because I was just thinking, if it's all public, then anybody can have anybody's application, and once you have the image, you can just run it. You get.
Yes,
All right.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Moshood. Thanks a lot.
Sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Moshood. I think it will be also as a question. It will be Mr. Ebube, are you there? Okay. I think it will be not audible or something. Okay, that's fine. Any other question? Any other question? Okay, no other question. No other question. So actually Dockerization is a very, very important topic, because especially let me put from the back-end engineering perspective, because in fact I think years ago back-end engineers also do these things. It was later they were now doing they were doing the division of labor makes works faster or something. But yeah, as a backend engineer, you need to know this, because you get to think in terms of architectural how these things are being placed. You want to consider the number of instances that is running on the server, and you get all those stuff. You get, because yeah, I think one of the sessions we have they talk of horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. You get those things, and how do you even get to those points? You need to think of, like, how do you get your this stuff on this stuff running on the server. I get. So this is a very important topic. I'd advise that to like delve into and read up on these things, and even go as far as to practice it. You get, because it will definitely come in handy. You get. So any other question? If no question, think we could call it a day. And don't forget we have our DSA this coming Saturday, and next Tuesday session will be very power packed. I do really want to appreciate everyone for joining. Do have a lovely night. Shama, you raise your hand. You raise your hand. What's up? Are you clapping? No, you're raising your hand.
That is an error.
Okay, good night.